Okay, I want to talk about what is perhaps the most famous scene or portion of the apology, which concerns, I mentioned in the last video, the Delphic Oracle and Socrates. So, the story goes something like this, and this highlights the idea that wisdom for Socrates is recognition of your own ignorance. That wisdom is essentially humility, really. There's a moral quality to wisdom, it's not just theoretical. Socrates' friend, Chaerephon, goes to the Delphic Oracle. The Delphic Oracle was a kind of priestess or prophetess in Delphi, which is about, I think, 100 miles or so from Athens. And she would sit in this cave, and maybe I'll try to find a video that illustrates this. It's kind of funny. She would sit in this cave and prophesy, and you'd go, it was kind of like a fortune teller, and she would speak for the gods, particularly the god Apollo. And so Socrates' friend Chaerephon goes to the oracle, the Delphic Oracle. She says, no one is wiser than Socrates. No one is wiser than Socrates. Chaerephon tells Socrates this, and Socrates goes, I'm wise? I don't know anything. What could that mean? But this comes from the mouth of God. So, I guess I better, you know what? I better try to mull on this and think about this and try to figure this out. I better chew on this. So he goes around to the various, quote, experts in Athens and finds out that, wait a minute, when I question the lawyer, when I question the doctor, when I question the priest, they don't know what justice is or what piety is or what health is. They don't know what they claim to know. And a matter of fact, the only difference between me and them is we both don't know what we're talking about. The only difference is I know that I don't know, and they think they know and they don't know. So Socrates realizes he's the wisest in Athens precisely because he's aware of his own ignorance, whereas most people are unaware of their own ignorance. So again, there are the fools who think they're wise and the wise who know they're fools. Everybody's ignorant for Socrates, right? No one knows what's going on here. No one knows what life's about. No one knows what real love is or who God is or what justice is. These are questions that we struggle with, right? But Socrates is saying that if you think you know, you don't know, right? And you're ignorant. And if you think and if you know that you don't know, then you're wise. Now, this is not a skepticism. It's not to say that you can't make progress in knowledge of the forms. But it is to say that most people, for Socrates, think they know and they don't know. And the only reason he's the wisest in Athens, as the Delphic Oracle says, is because he knows he doesn't know, okay? So there's a kind of deep humility in this. And there's also, by the way, a kind of philosophy of religion in the background here for Plato. That Plato has a dialogue called the Euthyphro, which we won't have time to get into. But in the dialogue, it's about what piety is. And really the conclusion, the underlying conclusion, is that piety is this activity of questioning and thinking. It's faith-seeking understanding. Notice what Socrates does. By the way, Augustine says theology is faith-seeking understanding. This is why you have to take a philosophy class at a Jesuit university, because we want you to think about your faith. And what does Socrates do? He hears something from the God, right? You could make an analogy here. You read something in the Bible. Does he just go, oh, okay, the God said I'm the wisest. No one's wiser than me. That's it. I'll just check my brain at the door. It's over with. No, he tries to figure out what it means. He takes this as a task from God or the God to figure out what exactly this means. And that's exactly what the relationship between faith and reason is in the Jesuit and Ignatian tradition. That is, you hear something, you read something in the Bible, you hear something in the religious atmosphere, but you mull on it, you chew on it, you think about it, you question it, you philosophize about it. And that's what's going on here. Socrates hears something from the God, and he interprets it. He tries to figure it out. He questions it. He tries to get to the meaning of it, right? And he realizes that what the God meant was he's wise because he knows that he doesn't know. Okay? So the Delphic Oracle story then is the God says Socrates is the wisest. Socrates hears this from his friend, tries to figure out what it means, and then realizes that it means I'm only wise, i.e. Socrates is only wise because he, unlike everybody else, who's all ignorant, he's ignorant just as everybody else, but he knows he doesn't know, whereas everybody else thinks they know.